Hey there, welcome back to Move Mountains Pilates. My name is Jess, and today I have a 35-minute reformer workout for you. All levels welcome. There'll be lots of options for you to modify or progress. So no matter what, I promise you're going to get a fantastic workout. And to make sure of that, Ring of Fire. That's what we're using today. So go ahead and grab yours. If you don't have one, you could use a ball and loop bands, and you can do quite a lot of the workout with either one of those props instead, okay? Or you could do the workout just without any props, mimicking what we're doing kind of thing. But otherwise, grab your fitness circle, magic ring, Ring of Fire, and we're setting up ideally platform extenders on if you have one of those, although, yeah, we will be using platforms right away. Spring load will be one medium and one heavy. So for me and my stot, that's a blue and a red. Also probably about a blue and a red if you're on balanced body-ish. Maybe a blue and a green instead. Then foot bars are down all the way, platforms are on if you've got one, otherwise you're just using the wooden platform. Headrest stays down, and you're taking the ring and lying down on your back. Once you're down here, let's just start by reaching your circle straight up to the sky. Feet are just resting comfortably somewhere on your platform. And then all I want you to do is squeeze the ring a little bit. Inhale, release. Use that strong exhale to give that ring a little bit of a squeeze. Notice what happens through your core as you squeeze. You're gonna feel that deep transversus abdominis turning on, the deepest layer of your core. It's subtle, but it's there. Last one. And then as you squeeze, let's also do a little curl up, an ab prep. Inhale, lower release. Exhale. Squeeze and reach your ring to your thighs and reach your ribs to the hip bones. Just a gentle little bit of core activity before we get into the work. Not that this isn't work, but this is just your warm-up bit of work. Now here I'm holding neutral, so I'm keeping that little space present behind my low back as I curl up, just making it isolated to the upper back. But if it feels better for you to tuck your tail a little and get the low back down, that's fine too. Whatever works, just be intentional as to what you're doing. Now on your next one, let's stay in the crunch just for a sec so that you can put your circle between the thighs, just above the knees, and then rest the head back down. Your feet are somewhere on your platform, whether that's wooden platform or your platform extender, arms by your sides, and then let's head into some bridges. Tuck the tail, peel your spine up, giving that circle a good squeeze just naturally as a result, and then melt back down, letting the ring maybe open the thighs a bit more. Exhale, get yourself up, rolling through that sticky spot. Inhale, stay. Exhale, melt down. Using the breath to connect to your core, and maybe you can use it to help you control the rolling motion. Now, if you hate the feeling of the ring, you could always replace it here with a little ball instead, or maybe you put your legs through and have the ring on the outside of your thighs. That's a good option too. The ring between your thighs is pretty intense. It's a little bit hard and uncomfortable, so if it's just uncomfortable, it's okay if you prefer to use something else. Can you squeeze the ring if you're using it as you get up there? We'll do two more. And then this next one, I want you to hold it up. Establish a really good long line, shoulders to knees. Tuck the tail up. Hips are higher than the ribs. Ribs are drawn down a little, so core is connected. From there, let's just squeeze and release, squeeze, release. Inner thighs are pulsing into the ring. Try to press equally. Notice if one leg's taking over. Notice how the pelvic floor automatically zippers up tight with every squeeze. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. You can lower down. And then for your next one, we're holding it up again. Feel free to stick with the squeezes. Otherwise, I've got more for you. Tuck your tail, draw those ribs in, press down through the upper arms. Now, while holding your circle still, can you reach one leg straight out? Put the foot down, change sides. It's not easy, so feel free to stick with just the squeezes instead, those pulses instead. Otherwise, we're aiming for 4 more. I regret that number instantly. You gotta keep your thighs level, so it's truly an extension from the knee. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your ring if you haven't already. 1 more per side. I don't even know if I'm counting right, but it's fine. Everything's fine. And then lift up a little higher, give it 1 more squeeze before you lower down, and then grab the ring, put your feet inside of it, use it to stretch. Whew. That is tough. Okay, heading into some more ab work here. Let's now just bring your legs tabletop. Get one of your pads and put it against your right thigh, just in front and against it. You have 2 options. If you want to leave your head down, your hands can hold the front of the ring and you'll just apply some pressure. If, however, your neck is okay with it, you're gonna flex up and put your forehead against the ring, hands behind the head. Feel free to hold the ring with your fingers just for extra stability if needed. And then we reach the left leg long, the free leg. Bend and reach it again. Exhale. Inhale, return. I am shaking already. What the ring does here, I know it's a silly setup, but what the ring does is forces you to stay stable in your flexion. You have no choice but to make those abs burn to hold you really stable. Let's go for another 3. Keep that low back flat against the mat. And with your next one, hold that leg long and strong, whatever height makes sense for you. Tiny circles, just big enough to challenge your stability, but you don't want those hips moving around, otherwise that ring's gonna fly away. We got 1 more this direction, reverse. Strong exhale as that leg opens out. 2 more, last one, and lower down. Oh. Abs of steel. And we have another side. Let's get right to it. Legs tabletop, curl up, get the ring trapped between forehead and thigh, and then it's the right leg that reaches out and in. Strong exhale to reach. Thinking about deepening your scoop with every single reach. Drawing the belly button down, ribs in. You can do this. You did it on the first side. We have 3 more. 2. Remember, you could just have hands and maybe you squeeze into the ring as you reach the leg. That's a ton of core work too. This next one, hold that leg long, tiny circles. 2, 1, and reverse. Almost there, you got this. 2, 1, whoa, okay. 6-pack or what? All right, last crunch to get yourself up. You're doing incredible. Let's now grab your box, put it on lengthwise down center, long box position, and we're removing the red, so we only have 1 medium spring total. 1 blue on my stop machine, probably a blue on balanced body if you're using that. We don't even need the platform extender, you could have that off to the side. And then we're taking the ring, and you need your straps handy, so make sure they are. we're going to lie down on your belly facing the back end of your machine for a little prone arms pulling straps. Now, the ring is totally optional. If it just won't get to where you need to put it, no worries. We're gonna try to put your ankles inside and have the pads around the outer ankles. Get it there one way or another, send your legs long. If it doesn't want to stay, no worries, don't worry about it at all. Let's grab the straps and grip down to the ropes. And then bra line at the front edge of the box, legs long and strong. Let's plow. Now as you plow, lift your chest. Release, take a nice forward fold. Exhale, pull, expand. Inhale, release. Finding some mobility through the shoulders, gliding them together with each plow. It's a pretty light spring. You're welcome to grip up higher on the ropes if you'd like. Just make sure your arms are getting up all the way at the height of your thighs each time. Make sure you're not cheating. Take advantage of that full range. Feeling like you're keeping your knees hovered off the box the whole time. And having the ring's just gonna keep the outer glutes active. Now, with this next one, let's hold it up there. Arms long, reaching. And now, as you bend your elbows, also bend your knees. Ring towards the bum. Reach everything straight. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach. Take your time with it. Try to avoid the wobbles that want to happen through the ring. Pinch the shoulder blades together. And make sure you're feeling the back of the arms with each reach. Fully lengthening. Taking your time so there's never a bounce in the ropes. Let's go for another 3. Rooting that pubic bone down. Moving the legs slow like you're going through molasses. Finish off. Keep everything long. Pause, take an inhale, and then exhale. Release. Awesome, hang up your straps. You'll step off to the side to taking the ring however you want off of your legs. You could have just dropped it. And then let's turn the box so it goes short box position. Horizontal, right in front and against your shoulder blocks. And then you need your foot strap. Give that a good tug so it's ready for you. And then I'm actually going to adjust mine. Right now I have mine in my middle setting. That's usually where I like it when I'm setting up properly for this, but we are not setting up properly on the stop machine. Usually on stop, we would have the box over the shoulder blocks. Today it's in front, so shorter option. Now the strap is just there for safety. You're not gonna be going so far back that you really need it, probably. I'm gonna put my feet up against my wooden platform and then strap's just there in case. Let's reach the arms forwards. Inhale, grow taller. Then exhale, scoop your way back, finding a C curve. Maybe you spread your feet apart. I'm actually gonna leave my feet reformer distance. Now, we're in this C curve. What are we doing? Lift your arms and take a fold forwards. Maybe bending the knees to get there. Stack up tall, hand shoulder height. Scoop your way back. Pause, lift your arms, and fold forwards. Don't worry, I'm mad at myself too for making us do more core work. My abs are still feeling it from that weird forehead thigh thing. They were still feeling it while I was lying on my belly too. Abs were working there. But that's okay. Who can really complain about too much abs? If you really want to complain, do it in the comments. Call me all the names you want in the comments. Everything you're thinking of right now. Let's finish last one here. We're staying here though. Arms lift. And then let's just tap the ring to one side. Lift it up and over, tap it to the other side. So you're making these rainbows. Your hands stay in line with shoulders. I don't care about arms going far. I care about you twisting from your waist. That's why the ring gets to go side to side, not because of the arms. Only because you're wringing out your waist like you're wringing out water from a wet towel. And if you have your feet wide, maybe you're even resting on top of your glide rails, notice if you're shifting your body weight from foot to foot. Can you keep equal weight? Because your hips are also staying equally weighted through center. Oh my God, Jess, stop talking. We're done with this. 2 more. And then let's stay over to one side. Little pulse, squeeze and crunch. Squeeze and crunch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We gotta do it on the other side. And little pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Through center, up and over. Whew. Okay. Sit tall. One more thing here. Let's now take the ring behind your head, right at the base of your skull, at that bony bit. Hands hold the opposite end, and I'm actually gonna take my ponytail out so it's not as slippery that way. Press your hands into the ring, grow really tall, stretch the ring a little bit. Now, keeping that pressure, let's lean back, just to the point where your spine stays really straight, and then come upright. As you lean, you're applying some pressure into the ring. Cinching up through the waist. Lifting your chest to the sky. I don't care if this is really small and you're only moving an inch. I care about you staying long. This setup with the ring is actually one that I usually do when you're on your back as an alternative for hands behind your head for ab work. So maybe you give that a go later on. It's a really good alternative because you'll notice here, it's the arms getting tired, not the neck. Your hands are in front of you. It makes it a lighter lever, which is actually easier on your neck and easier on your abs that way too. It's harder with hands behind the head. But here I actually like the ring because it's creating some extra resistance and keeping your body really active in that tall position. One more time. Can you feel the back even working with the ring? I sure can. Woo, okay. Nice ponytail flip there. Let's take your feet out. We'll stay on that medium spring. Turn, I'm turning to my left side. It doesn't really matter if you match up exactly. We're gonna have legs dangling. Grab the long loop and loop it around one pad of the ring. Then the other pad is going right up against your chest, right to the bra line. Now that strap's gonna fly off if you don't hold it, so hold it. Both hands hold the opposite pad, and you've got that ring flat up against you. Let's inhale, wind up to the left towards the rope. Exhale, twist around towards your spring. Inhale, wind up. Exhale, twist. Getting into obliques. Now, the point of setting up the ring like this is for feedback. So as you twist, I only want you to go so far that your pad stays flat up against you. If even the edge lifts off, that's your arms doing it. It's not the waist anymore. And the purpose is not to work the arms. So why are you doing that? Just go to the point where you can keep that pad flat, and you're gonna feel the waist working so much more, even if you're not going quite as far. This is ideally how your spine twist should feel all the time. But the problem is when we don't have feedback with some sort of prop, our arms take over, we don't even know it. Now, if you're like, I don't know, this doesn't feel that much harder to me, what are your hips doing? Check in with those. Can you keep equal weight between your two bum cheeks? Are your feet swinging around? Are your knees shifting? That means your hips are moving, and if your hips are moving, it's also cheating. You're taking away from that work. How far can you go with the hips staying still and with the pad staying still? We'll finish off 2 more. Woo, okay. Now we hold the strap just in the palm of your hand, short strap or long, up to you. My straps are already kind of short, so I'm gonna stick with my long. Hold your ring like a steering wheel, and then I just want you to press it straight forwards, and then return. Can you keep your hands in line with your shoulders? I don't care how much the carriage moves, it probably will move a little bit if you're truly keeping hands in line with shoulders the whole time. And not only will you feel the inner arm, the shoulder stabilizers, but you're also gonna feel your core working to stabilize you here, keeping equal weight between the bum cheeks. Especially as you return, watch that hand stay in line with shoulders, because that's where it's easy to let them sway, and then you will have to readjust. This one's your last, and you could always stick with it. Otherwise, we're gonna keep the arms stuck out, bicep curls. Bring the ring towards your forehead, then reach it out. Carriage might move slightly. The goal, once again, is keeping hands in line with your shoulders. 3 more. 2. Last one, put your top hat on your head and then lift it off. Put it back on. That's gonna be hard. You can either stick with one of those previous options or do it without the strap. Watch that you're not swaying around like Gumby side to side. You're again keeping equal weight between your hips and trying to stay centered. Let's try another 3, 2. Feel how the back's working here too. Woo, okay. Now let's turn so that you're facing the front of your machine. Feet can rest on the carriage. Let's still hold the circle the same way. Inhale, wind up to the left. Exhale, twist across to the right, reaching the ring forwards as you go. Bring the ring to your chest as you wind up to the left. Press it across as you reach. A little bit more oblique work to twist here, and a little bit more pec work in front of your shoulder. 3 more. 2. Last one. And then return. Let's put that strap down, and then we'll turn over to the second side. Grab your strap, loop it around one of those pads, and then we have the other pad up against the bra line or chest, whatever you've got. Then we inhale, wind up to the right, exhale, twist around to the left. Fight to hold that pad steady against you. Less is more here. How stable can you stay through the ring, through the arms, and through your legs? If you have your knees against the front edge of the box, you'll feel them shift side to side. And if you pay attention, you'll feel your bum cheeks move side to side too. They really, really want to. We have 3 more. Plus a bonus one. I feel like we did more on the other side. Okay, then hold your ring like a steering wheel. Hands in line with shoulders, we press forwards and we bend to return. Keeping those hands in line with the chest, in line with armpits. Control the return phase. Last one just like this. And then I want you to keep your arms stuck out there, bicep curls. Bringing the ring towards your forehead. You want upper arms staying stable. I don't want the ring going above your head really, just to the head. Notice how hips want to shift even here. Use those obliques to stay centered. Last one. Put your crown on your head, lift it off, and then put it right back on because we love putting our crowns on. Stay tall, root down equally between each bum cheek. Maybe you even grip the box with your legs into it. Get the legs working for you to help with your stability. We only have one more. And then we lower and we turn once again to face the foot bar. Holding the ring like a steering wheel again. Get your hips centered. Inhale, let's wind up to the right. Exhale. Not only do we twist, but we punch across. Working that bicep in front of your shoulder harder. Four more. Last two, you've got this. And last one. So good. Okay, let's put the strap down. We got just a little bit more work. We're going to get rid of your box, and we actually do need your platform extender for this next one. However, if you only have your wooden platform, that works too. Whatever you've got. We're going to put that platform on snug, or as snug as possible up against the wooden platform. And then we take the circle with us, feet up against shoulder blocks. 4-point kneeling here. Now, let's start with the circle underneath the left hand, which is underneath your left shoulder. Hands are somewhat side by side, even though you've got one on your platform, one on the circle. And then press your carriage out just a little bit. Knees are underneath your hips. Just apply some pressure. Squeeze down. Inhale, release. Exhale, low squeeze. And as you squeeze, notice your core zipper tight. Fighting to hold your shoulders level. That left shoulder should be down probably more than you think, so that it is in line with the right. And if you're feeling good here, let's go into our first progression out of many. Can you send the right leg long in the air? And do the same thing. A little pressure, a little release. Bracing your core. And maybe you even pulse the leg up a little when you press. Last one here, and maybe that's where you stay. Take breaks as needed. Otherwise, staying off the stopper a little. As you squeeze down, can you hover your knees? Not easy, especially the first time you do it. Figure it out in your body. Exhale, squeeze. You do have to shift most of your weight onto the right side. You could potentially do this on your right elbow. You will be lopsided, but if that just works better for you and your wrist, I'm fine with that, even if it's not completely centered. We have more progressions. Can you guess where we're going? Now, let's just leave knees down, little break that way. Slide the carriage out, find a modified plank, low squeeze. Return your knees to release. As you slide away, a little squeeze. Inhale, release. Front of the shoulders are burning, but you can do this. 2 more. And we have more progressions. Now, maybe a mini break. On our next one, can you hover your knees and press the carriage out, full plank? When you're ready, knees under hips, press into the ring, hover and press. Bend the knees, release the pressure, exhale, press out. Maybe you keep the knees hovered off, maybe you take mini breaks in between, it's your choice. And that squeeze into the ring does not have to be big, and it won't. Otherwise, the ring flies away. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Woo, bring it back in. Oh, I have one more thing on this side. You won't like it, it's a side plank. Same setup, ideally, could be done from your elbow. We're just going to probably, if you're going into the full, press out, pivot your feet to the side. Now, if that's too much, put your bottom knee down. Top leg could go long even between the shoulder blocks. Whatever setup works for you, or stick with one of those previous options. When you're ready, you're going to dip the hips down a little, And as you lift, push into the ring slightly. Little release, and then press. Using the press into the ring to help engage that waist to lift each time. You could also do this just on the mat instead. Give it 2 more. Woo, okay. Shake it out. We still have the other side. And again, if any of those progressions didn't feel good, stick with one of the others. There were a lot there to choose from. Let's change sides, starting from the top. Carriage is slid out a little bit. Shoulders are stacked and level. Just squeeze and release. We started really simple, really quite easy. Maybe this is where you stay. Last one just like this. And then we build up, left leg's long. As you squeeze, maybe that leg lifts up just a little. Totally fine if you're just staying here with this whole series. The rest are not easy. None of these are, but especially as we progress. This is your last, and then if you're progressing, just hover the knees as you press into the ring. Inhale, release. Can you get the knees up all at once? And can you land both knees down together? I'm finding that super challenging to land the knees down at the same time, but do the best you can. One more time. Such strong shoulders. Woo. How many times am I gonna say woo in this workout? It's that type of workout of woo, that was a burner. Okay, we slide the carriage out and we press into the ring. We slide it in, we release. Modify plank, the knees stay down. Try to feel the connection in the front of your core as you hit the long line. Not letting hips sink too far, but instead just going to that stopping point in that long line. This one's your last. Little mini break, and then we do it in your full plank. Let's try it. Press out, squeeze. Bend the knees, release the pressure. Tiny squeezes. And if your elbow feels wonky, maybe angle the elbow differently and see if that helps, or squeeze less. Last 2. Last one. I hated that too, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's almost over. That's why it's fine. Let's turn to the other side for side plank. Any style that works, or stick with normal front planks or knee hovers, whatever you want. Let's get into it and get it done. Do what you did on the first side ideally. We sink the hip a little. We lift and we squeeze the ring. It's just a little drop down of the hip. Try another 3 maybe. And then we turn. Okay, I'm gonna make us do one more thing. Just one, okay? Like 1.5, but that's it. They're push-ups. Don't exit the video. They're gonna go by quick and the ring's gonna make it easier, okay? Now, 2 options. You can either set up the ring vertical, just against your sternum, or horizontal against the bra line. Personal preference, I like mine horizontal. I find vertical uncomfortable, but everyone's different, so whatever way you wanna try. We're gonna trap the ring against that platform. Now, if you are not using a platform extender, this might not work for you on the reformer. Do it on the floor instead, okay? Or if you want it just easier in general, do it on the floor. Now, we're going into either modified plank or full plank. Aim for 10 push-ups. Inhale down, exhale, press up. If you want to come in for little breaks, that's fine. You might not fully extend the arms, that's fine too. But the ring's gonna help to support some of your body weight, making it a bit easier. Aim for 5 more. Get the whole body active. Legs are strong, core is tight. I lost count. Finish your last couple. And then return. Woo! Maybe come up kneeling or just stand to the side. Take the ring behind your bum, pull it apart, and reach it away from you downwards. Release a little and repeat. Pull the ring apart. That's gonna help you to open the shoulders. A little back extension. Last time. And then you can bring the ring forwards. Either take a shell stretch or a forward fold. And you're all done. That was incredible work. We definitely built up that burn. I hope you enjoyed that. If not, it's okay. We won't use the ring of fire next time. That's what I like to call this, ring of fire, and now you get why. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean the world to me. I will see you next time. Bye.